Right, it's that time of day again.
Are we already live?
We're live.
Hello everyone, I just need to put this milk bottle out and I'll be right with you. I'll have no milk in the morning, it's one of the things. And you can get in your nosy old tri-pound and all. Never off the doorstep. Right, welcome to Stepford on a Sunday afternoon. Come on through, I've got a fabulous one today, you're going to look. Because after last week, everybody liked the fact I did like a family cake that you can cut up that wasn't like full of whipped cream and things like that. This one's the same sort of thing. So have got anybody there yet or not? Anybody said hello?
Not as yet.
Not as yet. Well, being secretive. Come on through anyway.
Jackie said hi from Torremolinos.
Hiya Jackie, how are you darling? Are you alright? So I've got a fab one today. And we're going to make a lemon drizzle cake in a loaf form. So I find it better in a loaf because it slices nicer. And I'm really into these sort of cakes. That
Ellie's watching from Tennessee.
LOL, you alright sweetheart? So I thought you'd have something far more entertaining than me while you were over in Tennessee. Oh, yeehaw! So I like to make a cake, what I call a Sunday afternoon tea time cake. Because I always serve cake when we start watching The Golden Shot or, you know, something like that on telly. And coffee and things. So I do like to do things like that. And this is so simple, but it's got an absolute little twist in it. Okay? So is anybody else there yet before I carry on rambling?
Yes.
Does anybody want to say anything?
Yes. Andrew Robley, hi from the train in Leeds.
Hi Andrew. Oh gosh, are you on the train going to Leeds, Andrew, or on the way back? Because you were at Salon Varieties, weren't you, darling?
From Leeds. Hello from the train from Leeds.
Oh right, okay.
Nicola Holt, Billy Raymond's got
Hi Nick, hi sis.
Got the cheese and bread ready for toasting.
Oh, you're having cheese on toast, are you?
Ellie said it's all good.
Good. I'm dying to know. I am, Elle, honestly. Right. You're going to need... Is there anything else before I carry on?
Poor Beatrice.
Yeah?
Hi Terry Fox Morgan. Please wish my son Levi speedy recovery.
Speedy recovery, Levi. If you're poorly, I hope you get well
Katerina's
soon,
watching.
my darling.
Jackie G Spot.
Hi, Jack.
Aidan. Both all saying
hello.
hello.
Aidan. Hello, my darling. You're becoming a regular on a Sunday, aren't you, love?
Everyone's saying hello.
Right, you're going to need a £2 loaf tin. Okay? This is the £2 loaf tin. I'd say it's sort of, if you can't work it out in pounds, it's about, what would you say that is? 3 inches?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 inches by about 8 inches. And it's been lined with a piece of greaseproof paper just across either side. Don't need to line the sides, don't need to butter the whole thing. Just line it with a piece of buttered baking parchment, not greaseproof. Okay? That's what you're going to need. This is the most easiest way. I must say, by the way, if you've not got a loaf tin, feel free to use a round cake tin. It's you know, it's exactly the same. It just looks better in that and it slices better. Okay? So we're going to go into the mixer. This is an all-in-one recipe, which is so easy. If you're not like sort of into baking that much, but you just like to bake something now and again, this recipe is for you because it's so manipulable. You can make it into millions of different things, and I do mean millions of different things. I use it for all sorts. And it's so simple because you've got no creaming method or anything. I take it there's somebody asking something.
No, just people saying hello.
Okay. Right, and it's so easy on your weighing as well because it's all in ounces and it's 6 ounces, okay, of self-raising flour. That goes in your mixer. And I've just thrown it all over the countertop, but who cares? So that's 6 ounces of self-raising flour, 6 ounces of white sugar, okay. Then it is 6 ounces of butter at room temperature. Okay? It's got to be at room temperature. Don't take it from the fridge and don't use margarine. Please, honestly. It's not good for you. You know, it's plastic, so don't use it. Just use butter and eat less of what you're having. 3 eggs. They're sort of like a medium egg. It should be really a large egg, but, you know, I buy the eggs at the farm and they're never ever the same size. Then you're going to want 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, and just doesn't have to be exactly level. You must have 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
Trevor Davies said nice kitchen.
Oh, thank you, Trevor, my darling.
Giles said looking fabulous.
Thanks, Giles. Thank you.
Ian Curtis, hi Terry.
Hi, Ian. Hello, my darling.
Sean Selcock.
Hi, Sean.
Hello, mother, she said.
Hello, daughter. You all right, love? Gonna want the zest of a lemon, okay? So get yourself a little rasp. Try not to get the white pith, okay? It doesn't matter if you get a little bit of it. You know, it's not going to do any harm whatsoever.
Hello, Rebecca.
Which Rebecca's
From Spain.
Hello, Rebecca.
Should
My darling.
Hello, Nana, she said.
How are you? We're back over there soon. Thank the Lord.
David Hodge said, your hair grows so fast.
I know, I'm like a Crusty doll. 1 minute it's up in the back of my head and the next minute it's long and I feel like Gloria that used to be the barmaid in Coronation Street. But it was long last night and I've only brushed the curl out, that's all I've done. And after the debacle I had last night with Pauline, sat there like a clapped out old chorus girl you've never in your life. I swear to God, if you didn't read my post last night, please read. Because you wouldn't have my life at times if you tried. Okay, so that's your zest of a lemon. Then this is the trick. This cake that I'm making for you, originally it was an American recipe. I made this in America, God, many years ago when I first lived there. And we used to use a product in it, which I do have, which I'll show you, is called Jello pudding. Now it's really difficult to get in the UK and you can only buy it online. And it can be a bit expensive. So I sat in the test kitchen, which of course is the pantry, and I played with all different recipes and different combinations of things, and I've discovered the identical thing is Angel Delight. It's not exactly identical, but it's near as damn it, and it works. So you want 1 packet of either vanilla or lemon Angel Delight. Now both of those flavours are quite hard to get hold of, but you can get them online, okay? I couldn't find it in Tesco's or Asda, but I got it online. So it's 1 packet of Angel Delight. Okay, then a little drop, not a lot, of lemon essence. And because the cake will be quite white and it's lemon, I like whatever you're eating, I like it to be the colour of what you're eating. I don't like this new fad of everything's like blandly coloured and beiges, and it tastes then of something ridiculous. I don't like that, so I want it to be yellow like lemons. So a drop of yellow food colouring.
Is it Jean Cherney?
Okay. Yeah, hi Jean.
Hiya, Nana, kisses from New York.
You having a nice time, my darling?
Happy St. Paddy's Day.
Right, and then turn the mixer on, start at slow speed. And then whip your speed up, okay?
Jackie G Spot.
Yeah.
She said, have you had a lift on your boobs? They're looking magnificent today.
Thank you, Jackie. No, I've actually got a new bra on. Trust me, I'm of an age now, love, and because I've lost so much weight, I take my bra off and they hit my toes. So this is what your mixture will look like. Now that is a tad too thick, okay? Just a tad. So sparingly add a little bit of milk, okay? About 3 tablespoons, no more. Because if it goes too runny, it's a long bake and it will dry the cake out, okay?
Giles said you could batter Pauline with a £2 loaf.
I'd like to batter Pauline with a £2 loaf, Giles, after last night's debacle. Like, you've had to witness it to have believed it.
Jackie said you needed an underwire.
I need what?
An underwire.
I need 2 big lads and a wheelbarrow, to be honest and truthful, Jack.
Rebecca said she's coming to see you when you're back in Spain. She's living here at the moment, but moving back over.
Oh, are you moving back, Jack? I don't blame you, love. Very, very wise, honey. Very wise. Right, so, get rid of that. We don't need that for the moment. But I do need the spatula. Okay, so into your loaf pan. Use a spatula as well, they're only like pence online. If you can't find them in shops, the pound shop sells them, for God's sake. So get them, don't try using a spoon, because a spoon you leave half of it in You know, and I know it's nice to leave a load in the bowl for you to lick the bowl, if you like me, but... Right, and try and get it as even as you can and into the corners, okay? Have I got it on my nose?
Got some black there.
Oh, I wonder what that's off. It's probably cold. Probably where I was making the fire up.
Still there.
It's still there. But it won't show. Can everybody else see a little bit of black on my nose?
I've got a bit off.
Right, so make sure you've got it sort of even in your pan, and always give it a bang so that that will take it into the corners and take any air bubbles out that you've got in between. Into the oven, low to middle shelf, 180 fan for around 45 minutes. After 35 minutes, check it. Okay, stick, because every oven's slightly different. Put a skewer into it or a cocktail stick, pull it out. If it comes out clean, it's baked. Okay, if it's not, put it back in the oven. If you find the top one more time is going too brown too quickly, the trick, piece of foil over the top, back in your oven, complete it for 45 minutes. And like all good shows, this is what I made earlier. So that is what it should come out like, okay? It will come out looking like an actual loaf, and it's so moist and springs back. It's the fact of the pudding or the Angel Delight hit that will make this so moist, and it makes it have the taste of a very old-fashioned slab cake. You can leave it out if you want to leave the pudding thing out. If you do, it won't last as long. It becomes quite dry. You know, it's not as nice. That is what makes it have such a creamy and soft, light density to the inside of it. It's absolutely stunning, okay? But obviously it needs a bit of a glaze.
Sue Davies said hi, Terri and David. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
Andrew Robley said the first class ticket conductor has just asked if he's watching Nigella Lawson.
Oh, God. Tell him no, you're watching somebody far more beautiful and more of an icon. Right, we're going to make a lemon drizzle for over the top, which is so simple. It's just ice and sugar, you know. So you want some confectioner's sugar, and don't make too much because you don't want to drown this. It's basically just to give it a little bit of a glaze. So about 3/4 of a cup is more than enough, I would say. But again, it's one of those things that you eyeball it. If it doesn't come out exactly as you want it to, you can always add a little bit more. You know, I'm going to use up the lemon that I took the zest off. And a quick trick for your lemon to make it juice quicker is just roll the lemon.
Sue said you're more talented than Nigella.
Oh, thank you, Sue. God bless you.
David Miller said hi, Nana.
Hello, darling. So I use a tea strainer, okay, to squeeze the lemon because I don't want the pips in there, and having those stupid nails, it's hard to get things out if you sit one in. So this isn't going to be as thick as like we made glaze last week for the banana cake. That was quite thick. This you don't want it to be thick, okay? Any questions while we mix?
Well, David Millers wants to ask, when are you starting the Easter decorations?
Probably it will be, because Easter's quite late this year, and it also, which is nice for us because it actually falls on my David's birthday. David's birthday falls at the same time.
Same weekend.
It's the same with David's birthday, it's the 23rd of April. So I don't like the Easter decorations up as long as I like the Christmas ones up. I only really like them up for about 2-3 weeks. So I'll probably do them at the beginning of April, which is when we change all the drapes in the living room and things. So it'll be about the beginning of April, darling. But I'll do a video or something like that. Get yourself a little cocktail stick, okay, and just make little prick holes. Nothing nicer than a prick hole on a Sunday. Cross it like Alright, that's only so you get a little bit of the drizzle will go inside. Not a lot, it's not going to make it soaking wet because you've not made enough. And as you see, you really haven't made an awful lot. Take it across the middle. And then what I like to do is, I like just the zest of a lemon, so it's pretty, on the top. And there you go. Simplest lemon drizzle cake you've ever made. It is absolutely divine, honestly. Do you want me to cut slice?
Yeah.
You can actually see. Okay. Let's just clear the decks a bit. Any questions?
Ed is asking, Nana, will you be doing anything special for Mothering Sunday?
I could do. But I'm not actually here on Mother's Day. I'm away. So we haven't got a programme on Mother's Day. But I'll think of something to do sort of previous to that. Some cupcakes, or we'll do something like that. Do something cute.
Ian wants to know, are you decorating with candied lemon too?
No. In an answer, no. You can do, if you want to put candied lemons across the top, that's fine. You know, but the whole point is, it's not a presentation cake. This isn't. I certainly wouldn't serve that cake for a party or something like that. That is an afternoon cake if you've got friends or family around and you're just having coffee and things. It's just simple. So. And there you go. And it's really lemony, and if you could smell it, you can actually smell the lemon, honestly, as I've cut it. It's so strong. So, I'll tell you what, I know what the taste test will be. Let's get a cake for that. Yeah, David. David will taste.
Oh yeah. Nice that.
Nice. Nice and moist.
Nothing better than a moist cake.
No, nothing. Anything that's moist is better than something dry. I've found that out the older I've got. So that's your lemon drizzle cake for today. We'll have some coffee.
Ian wants to know, when's his invite for dinner?
When is it? Which Ian? Curtis?
Curtis.
Whenever you want, sweetheart. We must sort it out. You and Matthew must come over. I know we said it when we were last out together. But you forget these things, don't you? And it's, it goes completely out your head. So, we will sort it out. And we'll do it pretty soon, actually. Try and do it next week or something. So, should we go and have...
Giles said it looks lush. It tastes nice as well.
It does. Where should we go? Should we go in the living room, or should we go in the orange room?
Wherever.
I'll go in the living room. It's easier. I'm nearer. Oh, I shall tap my pinnacle. So, have we got any questions?
No, there's no questions.
No questions.
Only what I've just asked you.
That was it. Well, we'll definitely sort that out, Ian. It's terrible when you do things like that and you have friends and you say, oh, you must come over for dinner, you must go over for dinner. I've said it to a couple of people and we've just not pursued it. It's not the fact I'm avoiding it. It's just the fact, I've not pursued it because we have people over for dinner all the time and it's just awful. Because I think it's, as you get to a certain age, to have people over to dinner is far nicer than running around some pub or bar for a chat and a catch-up. I'll just have some... I'm absolutely parched, honestly. I've not stopped all morning.
He said please.
Ian said please.
Mm.
Oh, good. Okay, so don't forget... Don't forget... We don't need Dylan to be filmed. Don't forget, the Costa del Sol tour dates are actually online and some of the venues are selling out. So if you're on the Costa del Sol and you're coming, I know it's quite a way off yet because they're not till the end of June. But some of the venues, like Fuengirola, is really selling out. So please book up if you're there. or if you're coming over and you're making a special trip, please, contact the venue and hold seats, because otherwise you're going to miss out. Don't forget my Easter show also. I've got to do all this advertising. I'm at the James Monroe in Liverpool on Easter Saturday, so do pop down for that. I don't think I've got any other announcements this week, have I?
No.
No?
Peter's got a question. Peter Trong.
Go on, Peter.
Aye, Nana. Out of the Golden Girls, who would you snog? Who would you marry? Who would you push off a cliff?
Oh, God. Blanche I'd have to kiss if I was going lesbian. I'd have to throw Sophia off. No, Rose I'd throw off a cliff. And what was the other one?
Push. Who would you snog, marry, or push off a cliff?
I'd have to marry Blanche as well. I'd have to be, because I feel we have a sort of thing together,
Philco said, "How do you stop your cake from going dry and crusty?"
It doesn't, darling. If you follow it to the letter, the fact of the pudding mix in the cake, one will stop it drying out and going crusty on the top. And two, if it is drying out and it's going crusty, your oven is far too high and you've got it on too high. Even though my oven's a fan oven and it's supposed to be, fan ovens are supposed to be even, pardon me, are supposed to be even all the way round temperature-wise. They're not. Trust me. The more you put it towards the top, it will dry quicker. So that's why I always bake something like that if it's a long bake on a lower shelf. And if it does look like it's actually going too brown on the top, which is what's going to make it go dry, sheet of foil, aluminium foil over the top, and then back into the oven. Don't, by the way, when I say to do this foil business, take the cake with mix out of the oven and put it sort of on the door or on the side. Do not remove it from the oven. If you're going to cover it with foil, slide it inside. Because if you take it out of the oven, the temperature will change and the cake will drop. Okay? I meant to say that last week when I told you to cover the other one over. But it's your oven's too high. If it's drying out, your oven is far too high. Or it's too low and you're cooking it for too long. The temperature, I've always said before, and it's a true thing, cooking is an art form, baking is a science. And unless you get it to the letter, it's not going to work. I mean, to change from the Jello pudding mix in that to make it for the UK, I have tried at least 6 different ingredients. I had more of those cakes, which were okay, but they weren't perfect, and I wanted it to be exactly the way that I'd made it before, and that's why I discovered that. And I only discovered that by an American website that was for people that from the States live in England. It was saying, what is the equivalent in the UK of such an item or such an item, and it said the nearest thing to Jello pudding was Angel Delight, so that's why I tried it. But it's the trouble of trying to find the lemon or the vanilla. I mean, I suppose with that cake, if you take away the lemon flavouring, you could basically then use some strawberry essence and use a strawberry flavoured pudding mix thing in it, and you'd have the same cake in a strawberry flavour. So it would work, okay? I've not tried it, so I don't know. So if you're going to try that, let me know.
David Winder said, "Good afternoon, Miss Lorraine. You look stunning as always. Hope you're well."
Thank you, my darling. Sophia Loren, my God, I feel more like Sophia from the Golden Girls today, I can assure you.
Rebecca, you don't need tickets, I don't think. I think just like pay on the door for Bonanza.
Is it Bonanza?
Bar.
No, Bonanza, you don't need tickets, darling. But it will sell out. So if you're going to go, be there early, okay? But knowing you will be there early.
Giles said, "I need to come to Cheetah Mill soon."
Oh, yeah.
To shop for costume trimmings.
No, is that where you go for them, Giles? I never knew that. You never told me that. I must have a little tootle up there myself with Miss Ellie Peters.
Ian said, "Thanks, Terry. I'll PM you."
Yeah, Ian did.
Got to go and pop a pork line in his head.
But you're popping a pork loin now. I bet you are as well. Is that funny? I'm doing pork today as well. So easy. But I'm doing pork chops. I'm not doing a roast dinner. I wasn't in the mood for it.
Andrew Robley said, "I can't believe you and David don't look like the roly-polies with all that beautiful cakes."
But we don't eat them, darling. I'm doing... I haven't eaten cakes, cookies, biscuits, chocolates, sweets, candies, anything now for... Ooh, when did I start Slimming World, darling?
About 8 weeks now, isn't it?
More. I think it's more. It was just after Christmas.
Well,
when
about
I first
8
went.
weeks, I think.
8-9 weeks. So that's why. And also, you know, I was gaining weight because I was having little pieces. But I just don't eat it, darling. You know, I bake it and it comes out in the house and I don't eat it. And the trick is to have the tiniest. If I will have a piece of that cake this afternoon because I know how many sins are in it for me to have on my Slimming World. So you cut the tiniest, thinnest slice. You can basically see through it, and that's what I'll have. And I freeze. Okay, I freeze things, and then I also have friends that come round and the kids and everything else. Look, you know, the cakes get gone, you know, but all these cakes I make, most of them, if it doesn't freeze, I will tell you this won't freeze. But 99% of everything I bake is freezable, because obviously today we can have 2 of them. There's one in the oven and one I've made earlier. So I do have a glut of things. But, you know, you just don't eat it all. That's the answer.
Giles said J trim.
Oh, right. Okay, Giles.
Not heard of that.
No, I'll have to go and have a look.
Rebecca said she'll book a table.
Oh, well, just for yourself, Rebecca? Or are you bringing a group?
Bring your brother with you.
He's in England, Martin.
Oh, is this?
Yeah. So, that's about it, really. Any more questions?
No.
'Cause I can't just sit here rambling into thin air about absolutely nothing, because I've not got that much to really tell you this week, because not that much has happened. Oh, thanks for all your messages, by the way, about my mum. Mummy's on a cruise, and she's having a lovely time. So thank you for asking how she was and where she is. I'm sure people thought I'd buried her under a patio or something, but no, she's away on a cruise at the moment. There was a question, I can't think what it was that I had on an email or a message. I can't remember what the question was now. If it was you that's asked a question in the week about something we've made before or you're going to make, ask me quickly before we wind the programme up. Jack, come away from the door, please. I want you in here where I can see you. I like to be able to see them permanently. Okay, so if we've got no more questions, I'm going to sort of wind it up this week. It's a slightly shorter show this week, isn't it? Hope you liked it. I'm not too sure what we're going to do next week. I've got an idea, but I just want to see if it will, you know, because it's difficult to actually make some of these things on air because it's the time scale, okay? I wanted to actually make for Easter with you. I want to make hot cross buns, so I might have to do that by doing a photographic piece on how to make the bread dough, and then actually make the hot cross buns up and bake them with you on the programme. So I'll have to work that one out, and it is quite difficult, obviously, because we've got 35 to 40. I've got a hair right in the eye. There you go. It's like on the 35 minutes, 40-minute time scale. Oh, and by the way, for those people that were going to come to see me doing Loose Women with Belinda Scandal, it's been cancelled. Okay, not me. The venue cancelled it for this month, so I can't be there. So I'm sorry if you were going to turn up to see that, but I'm sure Belinda will ask me to do another one at some point with you. Right, we're going to sort of wind it up, and I'll see you next week. Have a lovely week. Thank you for watching, and thank you for keeping it up. And please, if you're going to bake the cake, post a photograph of it and tag me in it so I can see what you've done. And as I said, you know, if you've not got the loaf tin, use a round tin, but it must be a tin. That was the question I had. Can you bake a cake in a glass dish? No. Okay? I know all these American websites and American cooking things that are on YouTube and Facebook keep showing you making these cakes, these tray bakes in a Pyrex dish. It doesn't work. Okay? It doesn't work because a glass does not conduct the heat through the bottom and will be all, you know, it just doesn't work. So please don't do it. I'm sure they've made 2 or 3 and that one's been lobbed in afterwards, so no, don't. Either use a foil, if you use foil disposable, or tin. You can't bake in glass, okay? Pastry is a different thing, but you can't do a cake in glass. It doesn't work, okay? They brought those, they were called Vision. I think it was Vision by Pyrex, and they brought actual glass cake, not cake tins, but cake shapes that you baked in, and they were dreadful, honestly. I bought them years ago, and they just don't work. Just don't work, okay? That was the question. I knew I'd remember what it was. So, okay, until next week, we'll sign off. Say try, David.
Bye, everybody.
See you soon, and happy Easter, happy Sunday. Bye.